On.
Yo, 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 what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Josh.
So good, man.
Yeah, how's everything, man?
Fairly okay. Hi, Faisal.
Yo, what up,
What
what
up,
up,
what
what
up?
up, Faisal? Ah,
How you
man,
doing, man?
what an evening, what an evening. I don't know whether you're following up. The transfer news, it's already heating up, man. It's already heating up.
Yeah,
Sports
this
Jazz,
is
everyone, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Josh is in the building. I, myself, Isaac, we are in the building. Please do subscribe. A lot, Josh, a lot is happening. And I don't know where we should start from, by the way. But we could start with this, Josh.
is
How did we miss out on What's his name? Frimpong.
I don't think we've yet missed out on Frimpong,
He's
but
going. He's going to Liverpool. He's going to Liverpool. All
it's
indications. Huh?
actually him
He's going.
going to Liverpool is a very good signing because he's a glove fit replacement for Trent Alexander-Arnold. And Frimpong is just the guy you need on that wing. I think United missed out on Frimpong mainly because we cannot afford to do the deal for Frimpong. But I've always liked the player. I've always been attracted to the player. But United has not had much of a look in. Whenever they've talked about players at right back, Frimpong has not been one of those players. And I was asking myself why. I mean, the recruitment at Man United must have a really big problem, because if you cannot be linked to the best right back, to arguably the best right back in world football today, then what exciting talent are you looking at? I mean, we did look at Dumfries, but we were not looking at.
I like Dumfries. I like him. He's a very good player. He's a good player. But Josh, I feel like that is a loss. He's an incredible player.
It is. You
and
can't have
cheap,
all of them.
He's not expensive. He's cheap.
Never was he expensive, but I don't know. The United's recruitment never really looked at Frimpong. I told you, over the years, we've needed a right back, and I've always thought that he's a player that United would have been interested in, but there has not been a lot of news around him for the past few summers.
That is correct.
So I didn't. For me, it's not that the player has hurt me, because he hurt me already.
You already moved on.
Yeah, I already moved on from him, because I was waiting for United to pick interest in the player, and it was never picking interest in him. So I just moved on, because whoever is at United and head
moved
of
on in advance. You don't want to be hurt.
Yeah. I cannot invest in disappointment. I mean, I can't keep investing in disappointment all the time, thinking that United will sign Frimpong when they barely even talk about the player.
I know, man. It's just that
the silly season.
He's going to the other side.
He's going to Liverpool, yeah. Good for them. But I know he's a glove fit replacement for Trent Alexander-Arnold, maybe even a better attacker. And I just don't know if
a better attacker than Trent.
Maybe
defensive wise, but just a better attacker than Trent.
100%. A very better attacker than Trent Alexander-Arnold. You can say that Trent Alexander-Arnold has one or two things in his locker. He can bend that ball like Beckham, but Frimpong is a dribbler. He's a better dribbler. He's a better technical player. I mean, ghosting away from space and stuff like that. He has a trick in his locker, whereas Trent Alexander-Arnold, the trick in his locker is his technical superiority at curling that ball.
No, Josh, don't try it. Maybe defensive, but attacking, that guy is good. Trent, no man, how many creating?
You will get to see Frimpong. You will wonder if he's actually a right back or a wing forward.
But it's just sad that United are going to miss out on him. Very, very sad.
Give me a minute. I get some juice on my laptop.
Sure, sure. It's just sad that we are missing out on him. Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Josh will be back shortly. Yes, we're looking at United missing out on Frimpong. Of course, we have news coming from Matthias Cunha, who looks close to joining Man United. Everything is going so well. Then, of course, later on, we shall talk about Atlanta's Edison. It looks like fresh talks have resumed, although he won't come, rather he won't come cheaply. He won't come at a cheap price. So then we have Semenyo, Bournemouth player. Looks like he's also still on Man United's radar. We have Liam Delap, still on Man United radar. I don't understand why Manchester United is interested in getting Liam Delap. I know he's cheap. Yes, he's played in the Premier League, but I still don't think he's a player who's going to give you 20 goals at the end of the season, you know. And I said 20 goals in the Premier League, and altogether round up all competitions, I don't think he's going to give us 25 goals. Really, I don't see that. But maybe anyway, I don't know. Let's wait. I would rather go in for an already made prolific player like Gyökeres, you know. The Nigerian Victor Osimhen, although I'm not too much of I'm not really his favorite, but I would go in for a player like that than going in for Liam Delap. Look, I have nothing against the kid, still 22 years old. He's actually even now much or less cheaper now that Ipswich was relegated. But I still think we should sign already made players, prolific players, and my vote goes for Gyökeres. Josh, you're back.
Yeah. I'm
Let's
back
ride, let's ride,
100%.
let's ride. Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Josh, Isaac, we are in the building, and right away, Josh. Yeah, it's as I've said, it's going to be a very, very busy season for Man United. And news coming in a few hours ago is United are reportedly front runners to sign Wolverhampton forward Matthias Cunha, the Brazilian, 25 years old, Josh. And multiple sources are indicating significant progress in negotiations, Josh. Of course, we all know he has that 62.5 release clause, but the fee could add up to 67, 68. I'm not yet so certain because I see there could be add-ons, maybe £5 million as well. But yeah, personal terms, Josh nearly agreed, as they've described area, very, very advanced. And head coach Ruben Amorim sees and views Cunha as an ideal fit for the two attacking midfield roles, Josh, in his 3-4-2-1 formation, especially given Cunha's versatility, creativity, and goal scoring ability. Alone this season in the Premier League, Josh, no, rather all competition this season, he has scored 16 goals, Josh. But earlier on, there were complications. Arsenal somehow managed to sneak in, tabled a bid, tried convincing the player. Newcastle was also right there. They actually held meetings, Josh, met the representatives. But it looks like the Brazilian, even with the Champions League not yet confirmed, because we are not yet into the Champions League, it looks like the Brazilian has decided to join Manchester United over Newcastle, over Arsenal. And I think it's a good thing, Josh. It's a good thing. What do you think?
Yeah. Matthias Cunha was always going to join Manchester United from Wolverhampton. One of the things that actually interests these players in football clubs is the pursuit itself. I mean, if the club shows that they actually want to have you as their player and they've convinced you with their project, I mean, the rest is up to you. But it helps to make up your mind if they've actually showed you that they're more interested in your services. They've chased you for a bit, which Manchester United did really quickly and early on. I mean, Arsenal has attempted to have Matthias Cunha maybe change his mind, but there's already a verbal agreement with Manchester United officials that the player will do sign for the club come July 1st when his release clause comes into effect. And I think Matthias Cunha will be a really, really strong candidate for Ruben Amorim's side in that 10 role. He is physical. He's built for the league. He's played. He's had some experience in the league. He's gained some experience playing football on the big stage. He's played maybe in the Champions League, even if it was for a short time with Atletico Madrid. But you can see that he has gotten leaps and bounds from the time that you saw him at probably Atletico Madrid or Hertha Berlin. He has developed in his career. But like I told you before, he's a player that you had to take notice of the first time that you saw him at that 2020 Olympic tournament. I mean, Richarlison was scoring all the goals, but there was this guy who was different, who was doing,
the energy.
Yeah,
he was standing up.
you would tell that this guy was a Brazilian. He's a pure Brazilian. He's not the quality of Neymar or something like that, but he was giving you something to relate with the samba football. So I do think that it's a good signing for Manchester United if it does come through, and I'm hopeful that we shall complete the signature of Matthias Cunha, and he'll be the first through the door. I just hope that we do get the right players in the right positions.
Well, former Wolves striker Don Goodman has already questioned Cunha's intent. He also questioned why he chose, or rather why any player would pick Man United right now in their current state, 15th in the position. And he actually said currently United is in a rebuilding phase, Josh. 15th or actually 16th in the Premier League, and are not the ideal destination that Cunha should be choosing. He suggested
he's playing at Wolves. He's Goodman okay in his head. I mean,
he said there are strong offers from other clubs. Of course, we've seen right now, Josh, Newcastle is doing better, but of course, it's not a bigger team than Man United, regardless of the position right now on the table. Arsenal, he thought maybe he could go into Arsenal. He could go into Arsenal, but he's also surprised. But I mean, I don't blame him. It's Man United. What do you expect if Manchester United comes calling for you? And this time it's not even about the money, because I know the new board, Ineos, is not going to be just releasing money just like that to anyone who wants to join to do what? To join. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. You see, the thing though is, like I told you, players are swayed because of even the pursuit, the interest in them. It's easy to sell a football club like Manchester United than to sell a club that is in ascendance, like maybe Aston Villa or Newcastle. So it is very easy for Manchester United to have its day. Maybe Matthias Cunha has been told that he will be that player who is going to make things change for this new Manchester United side. Maybe they're going to have a project with they're trying to bring in players in the project to actually help United recover, and maybe he wants to be part of that project. He's a player who is 24 years old, and it's not like his time is spent, that he's left with 2 or 3 seasons in his legs, that he needs to go to a club that is going to win things right away. I mean, he can be at a club that builds, and he grows with the club, and they win at a point when it makes much more sense for him. Arsenal came late. I mean, maybe
of course they came late. But either way, come on, Josh, we've seen this. You think if they had stepped in earlier, they would have he would have gone to Arsenal?
Yeah. I really think he would have gone to Arsenal if Arsenal played its cards right. I mean, if they did go for the player
earlier on. No, I doubt.
Yeah,
I doubt, Josh, because even now when they went in, he could have said otherwise. Josh, he could have said no. But
yeah,
no,
but
real,
players don't like to burn bridges.
Mm.
They just like to keep things open. They like to keep things open. So yeah, let's wait and see.
Let's wait and see how things go. Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. And yeah, Josh, that is Cunha. I can't wait for him to join Man United. And I'm hoping it's very soon. The announcement comes in very soon, because sorry. Yeah, Josh, I was saying I can't wait for him to join Man United. I think he's going to add a great experience, especially when it comes to the attacking boys or threats, because our boys really lack the attacking intent. We have Rasmus Højlund, who is always playing around, and he should leave. Maybe not sold, because I know if we were to sell him now, we are going to lose him, Josh. I mean, we are going to sell him for a bunch of fees. So let him go. I mean, do the same thing the way Anthony is doing, you know? Right
Yes,
now,
we
I'm
can.
telling you, Anthony,
We can recoup
if
some money from
we
him.
can recoup some money, and I'm okay with Anthony, by the way, staying there for another season, Josh, at Real Betis. You know, we make more money.
No, me, I'm not okay. We need money. We need money. Let them pay. Let
But
Atletico Madrid buy him.
no, if not,
If
if
Betis
Atletico is
cannot
paying
pay.
40, that's okay. But it looks
No,
like right now he's
40
already
is even cheap. The guy's stock
Josh.
has risen. No, the guy's stock has risen. Anthony's stock has risen. Anthony is a player who has made a difference at Real Betis. He's a player who has taken Real Betis to a final, the first in
Correct.
as many years. He's a player who could lift a trophy with Real Betis. I mean, in the short time that he has been at the club, he's won a couple of Man of the Match awards, and he
His
scored so many
stint
goals.
has been
He,
amazing. I think
yeah,
he
he's
joined when they
been
were
really
in the
amazing.
he joined when they were in the, is it 11th? I'm not so sure of the position, but currently it looks like they might even feature in the Europa next season. So they are doing so well. Although I do not see anyone paying more than 50 million, or rather 40 million pounds for Anthony Josh. I
No,
don't see
yeah,
that
let's
happening.
push for 50, bro.
Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications, subscribe, guys, subscribe. And yeah, if you have anything, please get into the comment section. Yeah, let me know what's up. And good news, Josh. Good news. It looks like we are making progress, Josh. United have intensified their pursuit of Atlanta's Brazilian midfielder Edison, with recent
Nice,
reports indicating
nice.
fresh talks between the two clubs. Josh, 25-year-old, valued around 50 million pounds, and is seen as a prime target just to bolster United's midfield under Ruben Amorim, especially with the potential departures of Ericsson. Casemiro, I'm not so sure. I think he's going to say he's likely to stay, Josh. But sources confirm United have made contact with Edison's entourage and are preparing an offer, with negotiations expected to ramp up in the coming weeks, Josh. However, Atlanta has already warned Man United if they are coming back this time. I think last season United offered around 42 million pounds. Well, they are saying this time the offer has to be higher than that, Josh. You know? So
Uh,
it's a
yo,
bit tricky. It's a
we
bit
don't
tricky,
have
but
money. We're not going to spend a lot of money on footballers. We are going to buy players. Remember, we're not going to win the trophy next season,
I
so we
know.
should actually,
Omar
yeah, we
read that
should
Said United will win the trophy in
in
2028. So we are waiting
2028. You see, we
for
are
them to lift
waiting.
the
We are
EPL in
patient.
2028.
We are patient to wait to win the EPL in 2028. We should be investing in players who will be winners in 2028. And
Well, Josh, I think Edison would be a great investment, Josh.
yeah, yeah,
25
yeah.
year old
He would be a
adds a
very
lot
great
of quality to
investment.
our midfield, you know?
And
So
yeah, 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 yeah. He would be a very great addition to Manchester United, because I mean, he has legs, he has energy, he has everything that United does not have at the moment. So I think he would be a very good player in the midfield for us.
I think he would really make. And who would you have who would you partner him with, Josh? Would you have him play with Bruno in the midfield, Ugarte? Ugarte hasn't convinced me,
No, he
Josh,
would
by the
play with
way.
Bugatti. He would play with Bugatti. He
Ugarte
plays
hasn't
with Bugatti.
he
Yeah,
hasn't
yeah, yeah.
convinced me
He
yet,
hasn't.
Josh.
He hasn't. But Ugarte is. It looks like he's not been fit. But for
Ugarte?
me, I think, yeah, I think it's the adaptation. I think
No,
he's
he's
suffering with the adaptation, the acclimatization with the whole.
well, it's taking too
He's a
long.
non-English speaker and things like that. So, for me, I do believe that
But
maybe that is
but
just part
the
of it.
manager
But
speaks his language, Josh. He has people like Dallo, Bruno Fernandes, you
yeah,
have
yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Ganacho, you have
they're not
Ruben
working.
Amorim
They're
himself.
not
They
walking with
speak the
him to
same
the
language.
groceries. They're not walking with him to the groceries. They're not walking with him to the car park. Things
Mm.
like that. Yeah, these other things that actually can affect your life that you don't have. You're not in a controlled environment. These things happen to you at any point. So for me, I do believe that maybe it's acclimatization, but he's such a good player. He has the technical ability. He's not just a spoiler, but he's also a guy who can keep the ball and actually retain possession. So, sorry, recycle possession. So for me, I think that if Ugarte, the thing that I'm concerned about him is what the manager once said, that Ugarte is not a player who recovers really quickly. I mean, he takes a bit of time to recover. So that's why you see that he's in and out of the team, because the manager wants to keep him fresh for certain games and things like that. But I would love for him to play alongside a player like Edison, who can cover a lot of space and stuff like that. In that way, he will be actually a very, very, very it will be a very formidable partnership, because this guy calculates his spaces on the pitch, and he has some
He's good at.
tactical awareness.
He's good. I like him when we don't have the ball. You know, the work rate, the energy he puts in to recover the ball, and on a
Yeah.
good day, he can even score a worldie. By the way, you know, we've seen
Yeah,
him. He's
yeah,
already
yeah.
done that. But I just think, anyway, it's his first season. I just think it's taking too long. And
Yeah, but I
he
don't know.
played under Robin Amorim. Was it a Sporting Lisbon?
Yeah, but when you're judging Mano Ugarte, I think you would just say that he's when you're judging Mano Ugarte, maybe you can say he's good. This season, his season is good. Not great, not excellent, not but good. Not very good, but good. It has not been below average.
Well, I think in the last recent 3-4 games, Casemiro has outperformed him, Josh. But that is me.
No, yeah, I mean, by the way, I'm not one of the players, I'm one of the fans who likes to say because Casemiro played well, Ugarte has not played well.
Me too,
I
Josh.
mean,
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
me,
I'm just
I
saying.
think,
In the last
yeah,
4
but
games, Josh.
I think Ugarte has enabled Casemiro to play like that.
No, I
The
actually think
presence
we
of Ugarte in the
like
team.
in the game. Is it 21st May, Europa
Yeah.
Finals against Spurs in Bilbao? I actually think there's a better chance of us doing so well, controlling the tempo of the midfield with Casemiro and Fernandes playing in the midfield. Josh. The
Yeah,
only
but
problem
then
I don't
again,
see
you don't
anyone
have
playing. The only problem I don't see
you don't
anyone.
have Zaxi,
Actually,
so why would you?
we don't have Joshua Zaxi and Ganacho
Yeah.
with Ahmad Diallo. It's not possible. Ahmad is going to be playing as a
No,
right wing
Ahmad
back.
has to play as a wing back, because if he plays as a wing back, he just actually Ahmad needs to tune on, because in the couple of games that he first came on when he was playing as a wing back, he hung out Fredrickson to dry. I mean, he didn't tuck in for that goal against Nottingham Forest, I think. I don't know, Newcastle, the team that scored 4 against us.
Well,
It was Forest.
the one that we beat.
No, the one 4-3.
Forest.
Yeah,
No,
Forest.
no.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't. Was it? Was it Brentford?
Brentford. Yeah, Brentford.
Yeah.
Yeah, that goal that Wisa scored and the one before, I mean, Ahmad didn't tuck in. As a right wing back, you need to tuck in when the ball is coming from the other side. So when the right-sided center back has moved closer to cover the center back who has gotten to the other side, because, you know, the whole defense moves toward the ball. So if they have moved that side, the wing back, you don't leave a lot of space between you and the byline, so you have to cover those spaces. So he has a chance, but he didn't give him a chance, and he needs to correct that before the Europa League. But back to transfers, I don't know. I'm waiting for you to talk about the ones that I really want to talk about, because I don't see United putting a lot of
Wait.
enthusiasm in the players that are supposed to be joining Manchester United. But you should know that the financial fair play rules are also making it impossible for Man United to get around buying players in this window. That is why we must sell players to buy players.
Josh, before we come before we come to that, and yes, we're coming to that. News coming in also a while ago is Anthony Semenyo is still on Man United's radar, and it looks like United has already made his representatives aware of the interest. Josh, I told you that, I don't know, were you responding to him or someone else, and you're like, what's this rubbish? Was it about Semenyo?
Yeah, it was about Semenyo. Yeah.
Why would you say it's rubbish, Josh?
It's absolute rubbish. I mean, we don't want to be mediocres forever. We want to lift.
So Semenyo is a mediocre. But I agree with you. If
he's
you compare,
very good. Semenyo is a very, very good mediocre, a very good mediocre standard. You dig? So if you want to dig
Man,
yourself
you
out of a
hate.
pit, I mean,
You hate.
you don't get players like that. I mean,
So
Semenyo is
he's not.
good. I like the work rate. I like the energy. I like that he's been in the Premier League. He can do things so things like that. But yo, nigga is too agricultural, man. It's too
Josh,
agricultural.
Josh.
Too agricultural.
Anyway, Josh, which other players were you talking about? Which other players were you talking about that you think United should be
I
going
was
for?
actually talking
Myself, I
about
would say who? I was going to say,
I was actually talking about positions.
yeah, positions.
Yeah, I would prefer for you to
A
look up
striker, Josh.
United's intensity in purchasing a striker
Of
who
course.
is anyone other than
But
Liam Delap
well,
and
right now, as
and the
it stands,
goalkeeper
it's Liam Delap.
and the
Unfortunately,
goalkeeper, man,
and
and the
unfortunately, I don't
goalkeeper.
know why Man United would be interested in a player like Liam Delap. I don't get it.
If
I'm
we're
trying
buying
to
Liam
come
Delap, we
around
need to
it,
get
but it just doesn't make sense.
if we're buying Liam Delap, let us just go for Semenyo. That's our standard. That's what we can do.
But your
That's
jokes and banter aside,
no
look,
jokes, no banter, bro.
great
I
player,
mean,
but
we
does
get
not fit the United. I don't know. Is it because he's English? Is it because he's 22 years old? Is it because he's cheap? And it's very cheap right now, Josh. The fact that Ipswich was relegated, so he's very cheap. He's a better option in terms of cashing in. But United should find a way on how to bring in Gyökeres. Get Gyökeres, Josh. Bring in Matthias Cunha. Just who is this other Ryan Checky, the young player?
Ryan Chucky,
Just Ryan Checky and Morgan Rogers. Who would you pick?
Ryan Chucky,
Ah.
Morgan Rogers all day, every day, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
that's now some average that I like. Morgan Rogers.
Mm.
Morgan Rogers.
Why is it? Because he can play behind the striker and also can play as a box-to-box midfielder, playing with the DM, and has already established himself in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Well, let's wait and see. I don't think I don't see us getting though. I mean that would be a stretch to get Morgan Rogers to join Manchester United, a huge stretch. But Ryan Check is also good. He's also good. But when it comes to versatility, I think I would also pick Morgan Rogers. Already played in EPL. His injury record is also, by the way, very good. He doesn't get injured a lot. On top of that, you know, I was talking about versatility. He can play as a box to box and can play as a deep, not very much, but can play also behind the striker. So, and I don't see Ryan Checky playing as a box to box. Maybe he can, but not the way Morgan Rogers. Oh my God, Morgan Rogers is such a great talent for Aston Villa. But surprisingly, I barely see big teams or big clubs coming out and gunning for Morgan Rogers. You know, it's really, really weird. Very, very weird. But I'm hoping in the near future, United make the right choices. But as Joshua was saying, the positions that United should be concentrating on, the one for Matthias Cunha, 100%. We need a 10. We need a 10 who's going to make miracles in front of a goal, because it looks like Garnacho, Joshua Zirkzee, and Rasmus Højlund this time around have failed to, you know, tuck in goals. They are struggling. They are missing chances. But Alejandro Garnacho has tried. You know, Alejandro Garnacho has tried, but he's still also missing a lot of chances. Joshua Zirkzee, he has not scored a lot of goals, but he has proved to everyone what he can do. He's good on the ball. He can hold on to the ball. His passes are great. You know, his control, he's very, very good. By the you actually see that see that he's being missed right now, Josh, with him not being.
Can you imagine a lineup that has? Can you imagine a lineup that has Cunha, Zirkzee in the 10, then Fernandes and Edison in midfield? Okay,
Cunha in the 10,
Edison. Cunha in the 10,
Cunha and
Zirkzee in the 10.
Yeah,
Cunha and Zirkzee in the 10 roles. Then you have Edison and Fernandes in midfield. Okay, that is legs and technical ability, lungs,
and up front,
everything. You know, then up front you have Gyökeres, bro.
Bro.
Delisa,
what up? Delisa, he says yes.
Yo, Delisa,
I want
what up?
Gyökeres, Cunha, Edison, this name, Mastantuono,
Yeah.
Samana to United is a bit.
At Semenyo, I agree
Semenyo.
with you, but at Semenyo, no. Semenyo is a little bit average. I know we are an average side, but let's not have too many average players.
Yeah, I still don't understand. Semenyo, players like Liam Delap. I don't see why we're being linked up to them, Josh, man. And the rumors
No,
won't go, especially about
we're
Liam
Man
Delap.
United. We're Man United. If you need a bumper contract at your football club, you actually have to have your agent link you to
When you
Manchester
said that, I
United.
remember what Kvaratskhelia agent did. He had everyone on their toes, United fans on their toes, this and this. He
No,
might
no, no,
go
no,
that,
no. United was never
only for him
interested
to
in
get a better
Kvaratskhelia. It was such a
contract.
disappointment for me. I kept telling you all the time. I don't know why we don't want to buy Kvaratskhelia. I mean, we
Well,
were
back
not
then, Josh,
interested.
why would he come and join Ten Hag? Or even right now, if
No,
PSG
no, no.
is
You
there, they're in a
see,
better league
you see,
position, they're in
you
Champions League
see.
every now and then,
Try. You know, you try, because that's the only way you're going to know for sure that the player is not going to come. Try and
Mm.
convince the player to come to the club. I mean, United
Anyway,
has not won stuff for a very long time, but they've thrown money at the problem for such a long time, and we've not gotten anything from it. Then, when you have a better structure and a better recruitment policy and stuff like that, then maybe you must identify the best players in the positions in the world and attempt to have these best players play for you, especially if they're available and they're moving. Cavara was available and he was moving, and we have some lightweight players that we could have used to make sure that this thing goes in our favor. If we had
yeah.
given Garnacho to Napoli at the time and promised to give Napoli another 40 million pounds, maybe we would have managed to have Kvaratskhelia at the club.
Well,
But because it was never explored, so I mean, maybe they looked at it and it was not within reach. So I mean,
Josh,
we were we we were out of contention for the player anyway.
well, you were saying positions that Manchester United should focus on. First, you mentioned the striker. Second, you
First,
talked about the second 10. No.
no,
You
no,
talked
no, no,
about
no, no.
the
The
keeper,
goalkeeper, the goalkeeper.
Andre Onana. You talked about the midfield.
Andre
Then the
Onana should just go on vacation in Africa and not come back to Manchester United.
Josh,
Believe
he's
you
saved
me.
you.
I love
He's
that guy,
pulled out
by the
some
way.
great saves.
By the way, I love that guy. I can talk about that guy. I think I can talk about him for 1 hour and the good things that he has done since he has been in Europe. I mean, this is a kid who grew up at Barcelona, was in the La Masia, turned down a contract at Barca because they brought in younger players. You know, the younger players they brought in at the time were almost the same age with him. He didn't see an opportunity there. He moved on, went to Ajax. I mean, had a tremendous career at Ajax and things like that. He was very outspoken. Once came out and talked about how it was impossible for teams to trust African players, African goalkeepers. They never really trusted them and stuff like that. There was a whole debate about it, but you know, he's outspoken, he's confident, he's that type of guy. He stands out for what he believes in. So I've always liked the player, I've admired him, and the things that he did at Ajax were very, very, very commendable. He's a guy you saw that he fit into a team that was structured very well, and you would see that he was a product of La Masia, a product of Total Football of the Dutch at Ajax. Then he moves on and goes to Inter Milan, and on his run to the Champions League final, he's tremendous until he comes to the graveyard of talent, as we have known it since Alex Ferguson left.
Then thank you very much, Josh. As you said, until he came to the graveyard of talent, meaning it's not his fault that he's poorly performing, Josh.
No,
Look at Anthony, man. Look at Anthony. The only player that has failed to shine is.
By the way, let me tell you something.
The only player that has failed to shine is Anthony Martial.
Jadon Sancho.
That one I don't even want to talk about. Jadon Sancho is a complete flop.
Jadon Sancho, even Rashford.
Jadon Sancho is but there is news that Mourinho has given the green light for Fenerbahce to sign Jadon Sancho. I hope that is true.
I hope they
really
do
hope
sign him. Yeah, I hope they do sign him. But
you know,
I don't know. There's a problem with that kid. I don't think he will accept to go to Turkey. Yeah,
If they're giving him the money he wants,
even if they're
maybe
giving
he
him the
might go.
money, he might. I read a story. I read a story where he said actually Benny McCarthy is the one who gave an interview and said that while Jadon Sancho was at United, he would sneak out and go to London, at
Mm.
to be close with his
I think I
friends.
heard about that.
What
Can you
rubbish is
imagine?
that? A professional
Utter,
footballer,
utter
you
rubbish.
want
I
to
know.
be, well, you want to be close. So I don't know. I don't think. And now he's in London, so I think maybe he's playing more PS than playing for Chelsea. So Chelsea wants
I
to call
wonder
it quits.
why you would take that thing still bothers me, you know? Why you would he took out everything that is related or that relates him to Man United out of his social media accounts. Everything, Josh.
Because he's
Such
a
a kiddish
spoiled kid. He's
mentality,
a spoiled kid. He's a
you
spoiled
know.
kid who believes that everything should go his way. If something does not go his way, he's quick to actually snap and call out everybody else, but not look in the mirror to actually get a reflection of his own mistakes or things like that, so he can change them. So it's the boy who is actually doing the things that he's doing.
Well, the sad news is Chelsea, as revealed yesterday, are ready to offer a £5 million fine just not to sign Jadon Sancho. That shows you how poor Jadon Sancho is. It showed you how he has
Yeah,
fallen, you know, from
yeah.
grace. But according to
The
him,
writing was
well,
on the
he's the
wall.
man. He's the man.
I never believed they would take him.
Yeah, Josh, you were talking about keepers. I mean, replacing Andre Onana, and of course, Juan Garcia, Espanyol. Josh, 23 years old, linked with United and Arsenal. He has made more saves than any other La Liga keeper or goalkeeper this season. Josh, I mean, he's a rising star who could challenge for the #1 spot, even at the national team. So I think if he came to Man United, 100% he would take over. Although I don't see Onana settling for a bench warm. I don't
No,
see
no,
that
no, no, no.
happening.
By the way, Vanja Milankovic Savic is such a big
The one from
frame. Huh?
Torino,
Yeah, the Torino guy, and
but he's
he was
28
once,
years old, Josh.
yes, the perfect age for a goalkeeper.
Mm.
Yeah, that's the perfect age for a goalkeeper. And if he has been out tried and tested, then you do believe that he'll be able to manage. He can do the things that you wish that he can do. So for
You know,
me, I do believe that much as he's a good keeper, I actually prefer the Espanyol guy. I prefer
mm.
Garcia.
Well, I think I'd also take Garcia. I mean, United
I prefer
have
Garcia.
had
But you know,
exploratory talks with his agent, with Vanja's agent. But I mean, in terms of age, you know, and all that, I think I'll take. Yes, he's experienced, but I think I'll pick Garcia, Josh. I'll pick Garcia. I'm with you on that. And the CBs, Josh.
the CBs. The CBs, we need another CB, but we don't have the money to do that. We need
Well,
another
we need.
CB because Maguire is not a guy I would want to take into a season where I'm hoping to win something. He's not a
Jonathan Tah
guy
is
that I want to
available.
play.
He's out
Yeah,
of
Jonathan
contract,
Tah.
but
Jonathan
he's
Tah
a
is a
free
player that
agent.
I like. I just thought that
But I think he's headed. He's leaving Bayern and headed to Bayern Leverkusen. Headed to Munich, Bayern Munich, because I see
yeah. Being German, it's easy
mm,
for him to actually
very
want
easy for him.
to play
He
for
doesn't have to
German.
adapt to nothing. Yeah, the same goes for Florian Wirtz. But news coming in is Man City, by the way, want to hijack Bayern Munich's deal for Florian Wirtz. So I don't know how good, how concrete that
Oh
is,
my
but I
God, I
saw a
hope
few
they
minutes ago.
don't. I hope they don't, but they have the money to actually put it off.
Maybe the other Josh guy that was linked to Man United is a 22-year-old Gerard Brathwaite, and I'm so happy. I hope he doesn't come through. I hope he doesn't come through. He was a top target last summer. He refused actually a new contract at Everton with this deal nearing in is it expire? It expires in 2027, and it looks like United remain interested. So I don't understand why we are interested in players like Dilap, Brathwaite. It doesn't make sense. I mean,
Maybe deal
look,
up because we are lacking,
but Dilap is not also okay. Maybe it's an upgrade, but a slight upgrade. You know, a slight. It's just like going from Honda to Toyota. The latest Toyotas. If you're driving, I mean, leave Toyota or leave Honda, straight up go to the Lamborghini, so that we know you've really upgraded. And United fighting and fidgeting with Rasmus Højlund, then you go for Liam Delap, who hasn't even made 15 goals this season. Josh,
I know. Are you getting another Garnacho and
you're
hoping
getting
that hey,
another.
the guy is good. The guy is
Yeah,
good.
the
Did
guy
you
is
see
good.
his touch? Yeah, he runs well. Man, screw that shit.
Josh Trincao from Sporting Lisbon is another midfielder that has been linked with Man United, previously coached by Amorim at Braga and Sporting. And Trincao has 7 goals and 9 assists alone just this season. His contract is in the final year, making him a cost-effective target, Josh. And he's very good, although, by the way, his tactics under Ruben Amorim make him a strong candidate for the number 10 role, Josh. I mean, he can always come and join Cunha, who knows? Because we need everything. We need
Who's Semenyo?
No.
Trincao. Yeah.
Semenyo.
Yeah.
You already chased away Semenyo. You said he's not someone you're looking.
No. Bro, there's just too many. We're trying to get rid of the Maguires and we're bringing Maguire up front.
A hybrid Maguire.
A hybrid.
Aziz last
Maguire
time was
needs to
bantering and saying, he doesn't know why we are fidgeting with Rasmus Højlund if we have Maguire, if we have Haredinho can always do everything. Put Haredinho, aka Maguire, in front of the goal, and he's going to score a goal. That is Aziz with this banter.
Aziz, I like the player that you have bought. At least you now have a bit of Dutch players in your side. At least Liverpool is going to start to play some attractive football. It's going to stop these athletics as if it's a sports day in a primary school. It's not going to be about running around and stuff like that. As in, kick it as long as you can to Salah and he runs. I mean, and now you're going to have people playing actual football. At least you have Frimpong, you have Gakpo, you have Van Dijk, you have Arne Slot. I mean, there's a couple of Dutch players. So, I mean, no more sports day, primary school sports day football. Yeah, but Frimpong is such a good player.
A great talent. And we're still just being linked to Benjamin Sesko, the one at Leipzig, 21 years old. And
Arsenal, even if Arsenal has all the money in the world in this
young,
window,
dynamic forward, Josh, by the way, with high potential too. Although he has not really performed well this season.
Much as Arsenal has all the money in the world this season, I don't think that they will be able to buy Alexander Isak. They are also trying to.
Josh, I read somewhere that they are ready to throw in.
No, they do have the money. They do
test
have
the waters 120 with Newcastle.
They have the money to buy Alexander Isak and actually buy 2 more players, but they might be looking at their books and they don't want to spend that too much money on Alexander Isak because there is a cheaper option in Benjamin Sesko. So I mean, they might go for Benjamin Sesko, and I wouldn't want to buy Benjamin Sesko for United now, because for me, I feel like
never.
He should have been the player. He should have moved when it was the right time for him to move. He might just end up. He might just end up like one of.
Sorry, Josh, go on. I feel like Benjamin Sesko is another version of what? Of
Rasmus Højlund.
No, Liam Delap.
Yo, Delap is a top player. Top talent, not top player, but he's a top talent.
We don't want. We want an absolute
right now, United is an academy. So Delap can come.
Josh, we have who's this kid? The one that we just got from Arsenal, Chido Obi Martin.
Yeah,
we have him. He's coming through the ranks, so you don't want him playing under Delap. At least put someone like Gyökeres, He's going to nurture him, school him.
Rasmus Højlund should go out on loan.
Yeah,
actually, he should go to Italy.
Rob Tuff. What up, brother? Please do subscribe. He says Newcastle have Saudi owners, so they won't sell Isak. That is true.
Yeah,
I mean that is likely, but
yeah. Let me hear the bad. Let me hear.
They were interested in Cunha, but it looks like Cunha has already decided to join Man United.
Exactly.
But this is what I was going to say. My bad is here. If Arsenal table £150 million, Josh, money for Isak, as Rob Tuff said, these guys have all the monies. Why shouldn't they go convince the Nigerian Osimhen or
Yeah,
Gyökeres, or
yeah,
there's also
yeah.
this joint second top scorer in the Bundesliga, Josh. What's his name? The one that plays for Bayern.
Ekitike,
No, Patrick.
Ekitike.
Is it Patrick Chick? He plays for
Eh,
Bayer Leverkusen. Those
yes,
guys,
yeah,
Josh.
Sheik,
And by
Sheik,
the way,
Patrick
yeah,
Sheik.
Chick, yeah. He's cheap.
Mm.
He's around 21 to 25
Yeah,
million
yeah, yeah,
pounds.
but he's a bit old though. Is he
He's
not?
29 years old.
Yeah, yeah, he's a bit old. So you're not going to spend a
He's
100
29
million in a
years old.
29-year-old,
No, Josh,
bro.
he's cheap. He's around 20, 21, 25.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So they
But
would, I mean.
yeah, but Isak and Patrick Schick. Patrick Schick is Rasmus Højlund on form. So I mean, you can't sell Alexander Isak for Patrick Schick, bro. I mean, he has been around Europe, and yeah, he's been collecting Martinelli numbers, at the end of the season. So I mean, and Martinelli numbers is what 11, what things like that. But
Man, let Martinelli be, Josh.
no, the thing though is, for me, I don't think that the problem would be that Newcastle, because of the Saudi owners, don't want to sell
Mm.
Isak's head can be turned because he wants to join Arsenal. So if they meet the asking price of Newcastle,
They
then
might answer to
he
the
will.
player.
Yeah, they will answer to the player and the player's agents, and will go to
Of
Newcastle and say,
course.
"Look here, I mean, I've done it all for you, and the club has met the
They
asking
just beat
price. So I mean,
Liverpool the other day. I
just
mean,
let me go."
won them the Carabao. How long? It had been centuries before that one. Okay,
I
not
know, like
centuries, but
just yeah,
decades before that they had a cup, a trophy on themselves. So you let him
yeah,
go.
like
Robert says,
just let me go. I mean, I've done it for you, so it's time for me to leave.
I'm a Man United fan. I want an experienced striker like Osimhen. Let Rasmus
Yeah,
learn from him. I think it will be nice for
yeah.
Rasmus to go on loan, just the way you see Anthony, go play. You never know, anything can come out, because
But you see, if we do get a player like Gyökeres, Rasmus cannot leave. Because if Rasmus leaves, then the other striker we've left at the club is Obi Martin, who is not yet ready to play.
I think he's ready to play. He will be ready
He's
to
not.
play next
He
season
is not.
because
No, he will not.
they were officially
Maybe
added to the
later.
first team.
Yeah, maybe later in the season, but they officially added to the first team because of the circumstances of Manchester United at the moment. But if we
Josh,
do
but
get
Josh, you have young kids playing, Josh. You have Skelly. You
Yeah,
have
but a striker is not the easiest of players to break into a team when they are young.
mm,
They have to
mm.
be a brute force. They have to be a force of nature. They have to be a Wayne Rooney of sorts to come and take the league by storm, to come and actually command respect in that space, because it's very, very difficult. How often have you seen an 18-year-old burst onto the scene as a forward? It's not that easy. I mean, you really have to be the finished article at that age. You have to be a Michael Owen of sorts, but they don't come that easy at the front. So they ease them into. You actually play a couple of games on loan and stuff like that while you're 16, 17, and things like that, 18. So you get to 21 or things like that when you've actually had some real experience.
Well, I think anyway. Let's wait and see.
That's why
Let's
you
wait and see
see
about that.
18-year-olds, they blossom when they're playing, say, for a small team in the German league, or,
Mm,
somewhere there like that. And they just get to 20, 21, 19, and his leaps and bounds. You have to be a certain Erling Haaland of sorts, who also had to ply his trade in Germany at Dortmund, which gave him a
mm.
platform for him to showcase what he can actually do. But if you're playing for a team that is struggling like Manchester United, then it becomes difficult.
But I'm still going to repeat what you said. You said uh, we were talking about Onana. You were the one rubbishing him, saying, "Okay, you gave him his flowers." The time he had that Ajax and all that Inter Milan, blah blah. But you said one of the reasons as why he's performing poorly is because he came to the graveyard of talent. But just
Yeah,
do you agree
everything
with me
changed
that
when it came
right
to the
now
graveyard of talent.
all indications show that Man United is a graveyard of talent, Josh?
Yeah,
Every
yeah,
player
yeah,
that
yeah,
has
yeah.
joined Man
Yeah, I
United
agree.
has
I
declined in
agree.
form,
I
and
mean,
whenever they
in
leave,
about
they do so well.
2006, 2000 and yeah 2005 2006, Liverpool was the graveyard of talent in England. I mean, whoever went to Liverpool just died. I mean, whoever was at
Jesus
Liverpool
Christ.
just failed to perform. I mean, Michael Owen was a star. He was a player that you admired, but because he was at Liverpool, he looked like he was playing football with shackles on his heels. But fast forward,
Orientes,
yeah, Morientes. I mean, imagine Morientes. As in, it is even blasphemous to imagine that Morientes could not
even
kick
Andy
a
Carroll,
ball.
Josh, even
And
Andy Carroll.
by the way, Liverpool is the one that blew this window wide open with ridiculous figures.
Money. I know. You remember the
Yeah,
amount they paid to get Andy Carroll?
yeah, 30 million.
Crazy. Back then it was crazy.
And
And
guess what they
Morientes, how
did?
much was Morientes?
I
Yeah.
don't remember Morientes, but Morientes is a proper footballer. But for Andy Carroll, I mean, not only did they get Andy Carroll for 30 million, they actually accompanied him with can I call it dessert or accompaniment? They had to get Stewart Downing so he can cross the ball for the guy to head. I mean, they bought 30 million worth of headers. So
Oh
they
yeah, I
just
remember
blew,
Downing. They got him from Middlesbrough. I remember.
yeah. So they blew the window wide open, and everyone just got crazy. And now we have these ridiculous amounts of money for players.
Not forgetting the one and only Christian Benteke. No, Benteke was not. I don't even know how he ended up in. I don't even know how he ended up wearing a what?
Emil
Liverpool
Heskey,
jersey.
Christian Benteke. No,
Oh
but
my God.
sorry, thank you.
No,
Liverpool
Emil
was
Heskey, Josh. Emil is. Yeah, I think he was okay, Josh.
yeah,
But he did, you know.
Okay, yeah.
At least let's not
Okay,
put
yeah.
him in the
No,
same
but that was
category with
Liverpool.
Benteke.
But anyway, the point that I was trying to make, fast forward, I mean,
Yeah.
in the past, say, since 2015, United has been the graveyard of talent. So for over a decade, United has become the graveyard of talent to an extent that De Gea once said that we are cursed. There's something
remember
actually
that.
wrong with us, because he could not believe there was nothing that we were doing that was actually turning into a good thing, even when we dominated a game and reached possessions of maybe 67%. We lost the game 3-0,
That's
3-1.
correct.
You understand? So yeah, we've since been the graveyard of talent, but at least we are coming back. At least there's a structure in place. You should know that we had the Glazers for so long, and the Glazers have eaten into they've eaten into the club. I do blame the Glazers for ruining Manchester United, but then
Now
again,
they invested
I-
a lot of money in
no,
Man
I also
United,
take
Josh.
I also take it with
Yes,
a pinch
they
of
ruined
salt.
it, but they invested money, Josh. They backed. I think the only manager that wasn't backed was Moyes. You know, fully backed. But they backed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. They've
No,
backed
no,
Eric Ten Hag.
no,
They've
bro.
backed.
Bro, let me tell you
what's the other man?
something. Let me tell you something. That is not called backing. That is not called backing. Making funds available for managers to buy players is not backing the manager.
No,
Actually,
come on, Josh. You point at
is-
Mourinho. Also, you point at Lukaku, 90 what something. They get you
no,
Lukaku. You point at
listen to
Pogba.
me.
You
Listen
get
to me.
Pogba.
Let me make myself clear. You see, you make funds available for a manager to buy players. I don't think that is backing a manager. For me, backing a manager would be for you to create a structure for the manager to work within. Okay. There are managers at Man United who tell you that Man United was more of a commercial club than a football club. There's a manager at Man United who tells you that the chain was broken from the hierarchy at the top to the manager. There was a vacuum. Okay. So I mean, the communication was so poor that from say Mourinho to the Glazers or to Ed Woodward, there was a vacuum there, and all he would hear at the end of the season is who do we buy? Okay, then who is available, who can rack up numbers on the stock exchange market, and these are the players that we are going to buy for sure. And for me, backing a manager would mean I go into a summer. There's a structure. There's things that the manager wants. I am in tune with whatever the manager wants. I know exactly how to help the club to flourish. Then I say, this is the plan that we do have in January. We buy 2-3 players for these positions, but in the summer we're going to look at the team, then we shall buy this and this. Then in the next year, let's have a plan of 3 years. That is what is backing a manager, not getting 600 million and putting it in one summer, and you sit back and say, I backed the manager. You know,
I think that is the full package, Josh, but
majority all the toys. You see,
majority of the football fans know backing a manager is getting him the players that he wants. Now, if
no, the players that he wants, you see,
they want rather players they wanted, and we got.
For me, backing is building a team. It has to be consistent. You cannot you cannot go and buy Morgan Shenandelen and buy Boston Schweinsteiger and buy I don't know
Zlatan Ibrahimovic, although he came on a free transfer.
I'm just talking about one summer where we bought the Mexican cartel, Radamel Falcao, Marcos Rojo, Angel Di Maria. You know, we did get like a Mexican cartel and a lot of players who are okay, you can say washed up players, but you hope that they would do something for the club.
Retirement, yeah.
Yes, we got players on retirement and brought them to give them their severance at Manchester United. And what happens? You say that we backed the manager. It was the wrong backing of the manager. That is, don't back the manager in one summer. Look at January, look at his squad, look at 3 years, look at the time of his contract. For me, that is what I believe is backing the manager. Maybe Rob Tuff can help me and explain better what he gets by backing a manager. But for me, I don't think it is just throwing money in one summer.
Anyway, Josh, going through what Rob Tuff has said, if we sold Rasmus this summer, we would make a loss, which 100%. So won't happen because of PSR. That is correct. A loan is a solid option, but we need more than one striker. So
true.
So what? So I would keep him or be there behind him.
100%. I agree with you. I would keep Rasmus behind Obi because Obi is not yet ready. You see,
he's not. I do agree with you, but it's because I've had enough of
the player.
And Josh.
Yeah, but you can ban the player if you play him too fast. Actually, I could even take Obi on loan for him to play like for Rangers.
Who? Obi? Chido Obi. Oh, yes, you mean like you sent him, you let him go?
Yes, I sent him out on loan and he's given first team football. The loan that I want him to have is first team football. So wherever he goes, he plays first team football.
Well, I think
he comes back the other season when he's
I think Amorim wants to keep him. I actually don't mind him staying. Actually, don't mind
but
you might take him there the way he is raw because he's still raw. Yeah, that is correct. He's still raw, and he comes back when he's stagnant, you know. And
no, he needs minutes. He needs minutes. So I mean, if he's not getting minutes, then it's not good to keep him around.
Anyway, Josh, news coming in is Man United are believed to be in pole position to sign Liam Delap. The player would be happy to join Manchester United. That is news coming in right now.
I hope it's like 15 million.
That is news just coming in now. United in pole position to sign. Yeah, no, but he's cheap now.
We shall learn to love him. We shall learn to love
relegated.
him.
But yes, it's sad. It's sad. It's sad.
Yeah, we shall learn to love him. He's a good player. And we just need to get maybe better attackers to create for him. Because he's a good player. He can find the back of the net. He can score 20 goals.
Yeah,
and
yes. Yeah, Josh. Oh, yeah, Josh is picking up. United are in pole position to sign Liam Delap this summer. The deal is very close, and he would be happy to move to Old Trafford.
No, okay.
However, Newcastle and Chelsea also want to sign him. Chelsea,
but
please.
Delap is good enough.
This is when I need Chelsea, you know, to hijack the deal.
No, we signed Delap. We are good enough for 6th position, and that's our target next season. So, not bad. Yeah.
Anyway, with the PSR and everything, Josh, happening, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm reading right now? Tottenham fans are expected to significantly outnumber Man United supporters in Bilbao for the Europa final. It is believed around 15,000 Spurs fans without tickets will travel to Spain, compared to around 2,000 followers of United in a similar position.
Yeah, Manchester United is bigger than Spurs. We shall find fans in Bilbao. So they cannot
No. There is no way those guys can support us, Josh. There is no way those guys are going to
wait.
after knocking them out.
Bro, let me tell you. Do you know that Athletic Bilbao was started by an Englishman?
Yeah, I know that. You told me that.
But
before.
it is a club that only recruits from players from the Basque region. Do you know that Manchester United has fans all over the world? And these fans all over the world are going to be in Bilbao to actually have a glance of Manchester United play football. You understand what I'm saying? And they are ready
let me ask you,
to actually enjoy.
Do you think Bilbao fans are going to be on United fans at the other side?
I didn't say Bilbao fans. I didn't say Bilbao fans. I said Man United fans in Bilbao.
Okay.
Because we have fans all over the world.
That is
we have fans in Bilbao. No, we do have fans all over the world. So, I mean, yeah, our fans in Bilbao, Tottenham has to ferry their fans because they are few. I mean, in the world, I don't
Josh, we have a brother, we have a new brother on. Bro Judas Comedy. What up, Man United
Judas,
for life.
What up?
Glory, Man United. Please do subscribe. Waiting day
from Nigeria.
What up, shout out to you.
What up, bro?
He says, yes, Man United. I think he was agreeing with you, saying that
yes, when, it's big. Lagos, Abuja.
Anyway, it's still crazy that the news Dilap, it looks like he's... Josh, do you know this player? What's his name? I find it so hard to mention his name. Dean Huijsen? I don't know.
Oh, Huijsen. Yeah, Huijsen. Oh, that would be a good center back for us.
No.
Guess what?
You're not in the mix. You're not in the mix. Listen.
Yeah.
Madrid. You're not even anywhere close. He has a 50 million pound trigger, but really it's close. But it looks like Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, and Real Madrid are all in the race just to get him.
And guess what? That kid doesn't want to go and play in Real Madrid.
Why?
He does not want to go and play in Spain. You know, he's Spanish, yeah. He plays for Spain. He's I think he's Dutch, but he plays for Spain. But he doesn't want to leave the Premier League. He prefers to play in the Premier League. He's settled in the Premier League, and he feels
surprising.
If he does leave Bournemouth, he would rather go and play for another Premier League side. I know Manchester United is out of the running for him because we do not have the money. But if we manage to sell Terrell Malacia and a bunch of other players, but even when we do manage to sell those players, we just have to balance our books.
It's just crazy. Anyway, let's wait and see how things go. Let's wait and see. But the brother is asking, do you guys have a WhatsApp group? No. Unfortunately, we don't. But if you have any, we are happy to join.
Join
United. Yeah. You know, it's crazy. Anyway, it's crazy. Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Josh, there were rumors, I think we talked about it just yesterday, that Ruben Amorim is likely to be sacked at the end of this season. But confirmation is,
no, that's news.
With or without winning the Europa League, he's staying and it's going to be backed.
Of course, he's staying. I mean, that's just news. This what do they call it? Not social media, tabloids. This is just tabloids news. I mean, they have to say something about Manchester United every morning in the UK. So, I mean, someone will have to run an article like that because Erik ten Hag was sacked. Was sacked under those circumstances of, are you winning the trophy? Are you staying? Are you not staying? And things like that. But no.
Well, Rob Tuff says United need an experienced CB. Bosca. Who's this? No. Boscagli. Boscagli is on a free transfer. Boscagli is on a free transfer. We need to bring him in as he's a left CB. I think in the left CB, yes, we have injuries right now, but we are sorted, Josh, when it comes to the left back position. Maybe back. Maybe the left wing back. Because you have Luke Shaw, who's back. Toilet paper bombs, by the way.
We have a left wing back, but left-sided centre back.
You have Aiden Heaven. You have who? Lisandro Martinez, the butcher. I think that is not one of the priorities. But want someone to deputize Patrick Dogu, I would welcome that, Josh.
Yeah. Olivier Basogli is a good player. He would have been a good addition to the club, but we are not looking for players to play as a left-sided centre back because we do have Aiden Heaven, we have Alessandro Martinez. Lenny Euro can actually deputize in the same position because he has showed this season that he can actually manage to play there. Then Luke Shaw has also come back. So in the left position, we do have a left-sided centre back. We do have a bit of an abundance of players in that spot. So we cannot add another player. It is the wing back position that maybe we can have another player. Or even the wing back position, we cannot add another player. Actually, the left side is complete because we do have Patrick Dogu. For me, my choice for next season is Diego Leon, even if I've not seen Diego Leon play for Manchester United yet.
Oh, we even have Diego Leon, by the way.
He's a force of nature. He's a force of nature. He's Hulk, as in like his nickname.
Just hold up. Rob Duff is saying Martinez is out until I thought it's the first
second month of bro. Wait a minute. No way.
From what I understand, from what I know,
all season, this season, bro.
No. I think he's saying next season, even when next season begins.
No.
I think he will join by end of next month. He will be ready. No, by August he'll be ready. He'll be back. He'll be ready. But yeah, Lindelof, Evans, those have to go. Ziad, I swear I was thinking about Ziad. I was going to say, where did Ziad go, Josh? Ziad, what up? It's been a while. Rob Duff was saying, yes, it's true. The left is injury prone. Evan is out.
But
injured after 2 games.
Heaven is also coming back. No, he's had one injury at the club.
Sure, he's injured again. Come on, I haven't seen this.
Martinez is not out till Christmas. He tore his ACL. He's out for the remainder of the season. I think was it November?
No,
it was January. When did Martinez get injured? Oh, he could be right. A torn ACL is a bit 7 to 9 months.
I think he might recover, but the physio and everything.
When was he out?
I don't remember, but I think it's like now 3 months ago.
Yeah, 3 months ago. Another 3 months. Then another 3 months. No, he'll be ready for the season.
Well, Zia, I hope so, because it's scary.
I think he'll be ready for the season. But nonetheless, even when he's not, they still there's Aiden Heaven in that position, and there's the injury prone Luke Shaw, and there's Lenny Euro.
Toilet paper bones Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
But Josh, Rob Duff is also right. The late is injury prone. He gets injured.
Yeah. He is. But
so we need another CB.
No, we do now. That is where we need a CB. We need a CB for Maguire and De Ligt. You see, because Maguire is not.
But I think we actually need two, Josh. Evans is moving out. No, Josh, Evans is rolling.
We don't have money, bro. We bought Aiden Heaven. We thought he was going to play for the
transfer. Basagli is on a free transfer. Basagli is on a free transfer.
Yeah, but we need a centre back. We don't need a player who is going to play as a what? But it would be a good option on a free. But why invest in that guy for 5 years when you can get a proper centre back? Jonathan Tye is on a free transfer too.
That one's going to Bayern Munich. Don't even think about it.
Yeah.
Don't even think about it. Well, Ziad says, Ziad, it's been a while, brother. I hope you're well. Why is Dogu so hesitant? I think he's good. His low crossing, especially, is good. We should have had at least 6 crosses this season if our attack was decent.
6 assists.
I don't understand why he's getting all the stick from Man United fans. I know he's still raw, Josh.
Wait for me, you will understand. Ziad, I'm going to give it to you why Dogu is hated.
Why is Dogu hated, Josh?
Dogu, when you look at the player, the eye test can actually give you the feeling that this is a very good player. But the more you continue to watch him, the more you continue to hate what he's about, because he can actually ghost his way out of a tight spot. but he does not know how to pass the ball. He actually cannot pass the ball. I don't know why he doesn't pass the ball with the inside of his foot. He just wants to use the toes and just flap the ball to the nearest player instead of passing the ball, actually passing the ball. His passes are undercooked, they are overcooked, they're way wide. He does not. Yes, I don't understand. He gets into these positions, he actually beats his man. He's actually very powerful. He's technical because he can do things on the ball. But when it comes to playing the pass, he misses the pass. When I was watching him earlier, I kind of thought that maybe it was because he had not played long enough with other players. So maybe this will come on. But the more he has played with them, he continues to show that
his side and him and Garnacho failed to work out.
It's not him and Garnacho. Even if he's passing the ball to the midfield, I mean, that's a blind pass. Dogu passes a ball to the midfield like he's passing to Ugarte or Fernandez or to Casemiro. That is a definite blind pass.
You know?
So for me, I have not liked the way he passes the ball.
Ziad says if we get a good offer for Martinez, we should take it. He's injury prone.
Oh my God. You're
really,
not serious, Ziad.
Really, Ziad?
Licha. No. Man, I don't know. I don't know players who wouldn't get injured, but no.
Robtaf says,
yeah. But
Leon, Dogu are prospects, not experienced starters.
No.
Heaven is a good player.
No, that's what we've done. You see, Robtaf, what we've done at Manchester United is accept that these are the players that we are going to use. This is the energy that the manager needs for his style to work. So for me, I would think that Diego Leon would be a good wing back along with Dogu. Then Aiden Heaven should actually start the season as the left-sided centre back. Along
I remember
Euro and Harry Maguire.
Was it
or
Christopher Vivek? I don't remember who it was who said
Vivo.
it was saying Aiden Heaven is a player who's ready to start games. Right.
Ruben Amorim himself. Ruben Amorim said that he actually brought in Aiden Heaven thinking that he's going to actually have him in the academy.
Lisandro Martinez.
Deputize Lisandro Martinez. No, he actually didn't even think he was going to deputize Lisandro Martinez. He thought that he had bought one for the academy, but after seeing the boy play, he said that we can get solutions from within because we did buy him for something else, but he is ready to play. And I mean, the boy showed you that he's actually ready to play. I don't know where Goldbridge gets that, but
if it's that, then it's scary. Then we need to get two more CBs. But I don't think it's true.
You can actually I think it can be true because Martinez tore his ACL, and we have known this injury to take about 7 to 9 months to heal. Yeah. So it could be just about right.
By the way, if you say 7 to 9, it's about right. It could be about right. But let's wait and see. But if it's the case, then we need an experienced who?
I don't think
Josh to come in.
I don't think we do. I don't think
we need a good comedy. You guys are not saying anything about the WhatsApp group I'm talking about. No, bro, we don't have one.
We did say we don't have one. We don't have a WhatsApp group. But if you do have a WhatsApp group, we will be more than glad to join in.
Ziad was pouring water on Jonathan Tai. Said he's not the guy, though. similar to Delete and
Maguire for my liking. Yeah, he's a brute force, sort of like Todibo. How do you like Todibo now? After his stint at West Ham, he has not had the best of times.
It's going to be a place for everyone. We are going to think about it, brother. We are going to see. We'll see.
And we're always here every day, bro. We're always here every day.
Same time. Euro is quality, but he breaks down as well. But Euro is a very, very great player. He's still, I know he still has a lot of time to pick up. But at least, by the way, my current best players at Man United right now are 3. There's Lenny Euro. There's Bruno Fernandes.
By the way, Isaac, just to agree with Rob Tuff, because our resource envelope is small, this is actually what we need to do. We need to take up players like Bosakli Olivier Bosagli. I
Becomes on
mean,
a free.
players on free. Yeah, if his wages are minimal and stuff like that, you can bring him on. Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
He's still raw, by the way.
Yo,
Very,
man, he
very
walks
raw.
around with that L, a big L on his forehead.
Players for the future, not playing against Real Madrid in 10 Champions League next season. But yeah, we need players for the future.
But that's who we are.
Okay, he's saying we also need those that are ready to play. But I think
get a striker. He's ready to play.
Berada has already said it. Berada has already said it. Expect United to win the EPL in 2028.
That is what he's investing in.
And they are rebuilding. I think you see the age bracket of players that they are trying to bring in. No,
but we are not an academy. What Rostaf is saying, we're not an academy. I mean, don't just turn us into.
I think that's why you're bringing in Cunha, Josh. Cunha is 25.
We're not.
That's why you're in.
So why are you getting? Why are you getting Liam Delap? Why don't you get a proper striker?
I don't understand about the Liam Delap deal, guys. Ziad, I would love to know. And Rob Tuff, if you
have Rasmus Højlund, you have Rasmus Højlund is 21. You have Chido Obi is 17, making 18. Then you're getting another 22-year-old as your striker. I mean,
I don't see
it didn't make a lot of sense, though.
Amarim has conducted 491.
Guy was scared, man.
You remember what he said at the beginning when he had joined? Said he had already conducted more interviews at Man United, being the manager, than he had ever
his whole career.
The other side. So it's wild. It's wild.
I know. You see, Manchester United, we're still the poster boys for the marketing of the Premier League. So they're always going to want our manager to say things.
I want to see me with pace and physicality in him. Lal Creeks at the Palace, and he would be my choice.
Would be my choice. Yeah.
Then Gehitu is good. Then all the project 2028 projects, 21 is
wallahi, it's lip service. Because for me,
lucky to get top 3 in 2020. Well, yesterday was it still Omar Berada?
Top three is easy when you have.
Was it Omar Berada and Jim Ratcliffe saying they want United back in the top 6 next season? That is how low we are now striving to be between 5 and 6.
Things like that. I mean, yes, we know it is what we are going to be fighting for. So don't remind us.
What about our number 9? What are we going to do about get an already prolific player? Don't bring in Liam Delap. That's all I can say.
You see, the news that is coming in is that we are going to get Liam Delap. For me, I do like Delap, but that is not the player we need in that position. As in, we have a bunch of kids everywhere.
Ziad, I can't believe Ziad is saying this. Josh, please go on. But I can't believe this is coming from Ziad. Low risk buy. Okay, low risk. Okay, maybe because of the PSR, but we do not need.
We don't need better than what we have. We know what Osimhen is about. We know what Gyökeres is about. In a bad season, that's a guy who is going to give you 15 goals. In a good season, Delap will give you 12 goals. So
but
I like the player. He's a very good player. I know that if United gets his act together in the front positions, he will score definitely more goals than Rasmus Højlund, because I think he's a better talent than Rasmus Højlund. But why are we getting a better talent than Rasmus Højlund? Why don't we get Gyökeres and leave Rasmus Højlund to play behind Gyökeres this season, or Osimhen this season, as is trying to get back into form, so we can get rid of him, and then Chido Obi Martin can go on loan to a better team, and we see if he gets minutes while he's at that place. But to get Liam Delap to be your main striker,
I know.
Yeah, top six. You can get top 6 with Liam.
If you think about it, Villa, Chelsea, Forest, and amazing. By the way, Forest, did you see that whole thing about the Forest owner? And
all of them.
At one point, Forest was in the 3rd position. I thought they were going to go for maybe the Europa, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It looks like it might. Everything is falling apart.
The problem is we can't afford 2 forwards. That's why the conversation is Dila, Gyökeres, or Osimhen. Because if we could get two forwards, if we could sell Rasmus Højlund, then you can get Dilap and Gyökeres or Dilap and Osimhen.
You know, Josh, the problem, as you said earlier, United has not sold players in a while. It's been a while, and we keep on buying. So PSR is tight on us. PFF is tight on us. It's crazy.
FFP.
Sorry, FFP. Sorry, not PFF. FFP. It's really tight on us. So it's crazy. I don't know how it's going to be. Robtaf says it's a tough league. The big clubs can't spend their way to the top now. Smaller clubs are catching up. That is true. That is true. That is true. That is true. Smaller clubs are catching up. And for a club like Newcastle, they already did. I don't understand, by the way, they're not making, all those efforts to get better players. They should. They should. And the rumors, Josh, we talked about Man United being interested.
Oh, in Sandro Tonali.
That's what I was going to say.
Look at the midfielder that we could get. But
that's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say.
These Beraders are just playing with United's funds. I mean, I don't think we can get Sandro Tonali. We don't have the money to buy such a player.
Newcastle would let you get Sandro Tonali. Just don't even think about it. There's no way Newcastle would let you get Lisandro Tonali. No way. I'd rather have Cunha and Dilap for 90 mil than Gyökeres 70 when he has to convert from Portugal to Premier League. When Nunes, Felix, Goncalo Ramos all flopped when changing leagues. Look.
Yeah, but Gyökeres has been playing in England, bro. He was even playing in a harder league than the Premier League. He was in the Championship. Yeah, he was playing in the Championship.
We had Andekaro. He was in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Right, Josh? To another team in the Premier League.
T-shirt.
You know.
Proper T-shirt.
Said it for Simon, then fair enough. But his wages. The only problem with that guy, the 300. No. By the way, if that is true about his wages, no way. He shouldn't. Robtov asks, would you guys sell Bruno if the Saudi 150? I love Bruno so much, but I know he would take one for the team, Josh.
No, even 300 million, I wouldn't sell Bruno.
No. By the way, Josh, I know Bruno Fernandes is the one. Like he would tell you guys to save the club. Let me sacrifice myself.
Yeah,
just that money, 150 million.
He can't go. He
change everything.
Bruno Fernandes cannot go to Saudi
He can,
Arabia.
but just not yet.
He cannot. This is not the time. As in, you're not talking about over Odegaard, over what? No, you're not talking about small players.
I think if we get
Bruno Fernandes, as in teams will want to kiss his feet if he says he's leaving Man United.
Yeah, that is true.
You get the best of football clubs would be dying to pay. Not as much as the Saudis would be paying, but PSG would be fighting for his signature. Real Madrid would fight for his signature. Barcelona would fight for his signature. Man City would fight for his signature. So I don't think that he's just 30. He's not 35, man. And he still plays like he's 25.
I think we get 35 for Anthony, 34 for Rush this year. I worry about Sancho, though. He has 1 year left on United deal if he comes back. Man, I don't even want to talk about Sancho.
I know.
I don't know who's going to buy him.
Ziad, for me, in my head, I raised the fee for Anthony to 50 million because he's been an outstanding player. He's been an outstanding player for Real Betis. He's he could win a trophy for Real Betis. So, I mean, I'm not selling him to Real Betis because they don't have the money to buy him, but I can sell him to Atletico. He's made a name for himself in Spain and the rest of the places. So, I mean, they will be willing to buy him. I would have Anthony come back to Manchester United. The problem, though, he does not fit in the formation of Ruben Amorim. He doesn't have a place for him. He cannot play as an inside 10, and he cannot play as a wing back. So it becomes very difficult for the player to flourish. So for him to flourish, we have to let him go. But I mean, give us 50 million pounds.
What a player he stand out to
40
be for
million
Real Betis,
pounds.
by the way.
But he has always been that player. He's had the technical ability. For me, I never wrote him off. You wrote him off, but I kept telling you that the circumstances that failed the boy to play football in Manchester United, if you do actually look
I know,
look
I know. The
critically at the things
case,
that
the court,
happened.
all that
The
stuff.
guy comes into a league, it's a new league, he's Brazilian, doesn't speak the language, the acclimatization period and stuff like that. He has an okay season, okay? Then the next season, while he's away, representing his country, bombshell.
I know.
So when
The
something like
allegations
that
and
happens,
everything.
yes, when something like that happens, he's given time off, he's taken off the national team. Is There's so much that is this guy is 21. You understand? It is just
Mm.
that you bought him 80 million pounds, which was not his fault. It was a fault of Richard Arnold and Maja at the time. It was never his fault. You see. So we blamed him, and because for us we want results. We don't really care if you have mental issues and stuff like that. Just come and give us what we want, which is results on the pitch.
Yeah.
Anyway, fast forward, whatever happened, and he goes out on loan. Now he's cleared his head. He's trying to get back into the side and stuff like that. You could see even when Ruben Amorim gave him a chance. I mean, he was trying. He was, he looked better than before. And he
Anyway,
goes and does the things that he's doing. So, I mean, I raised the money for him to at least 50 million.
okay,
To 50
boss.
million, at least 40. Then for Rashi, you can give us 40. We're good.
But who's going to give you rather 30? Who's going to give you 30 for Rashi, Josh?
No,
Not even
40.
40.
Give us 40 for Rashi.
Who's going to give you 30? I
Aston
know you
Villa.
said
Aston
40.
Villa, they have some money.
No, there is no
Aston
way.
Villa.
He has barely
Aston
played.
Villa.
He's out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, but they can keep him. They can keep him.
Anyhow,
But that is a player who needs to go. I just don't want anything like he's back, he's what, he has
oh,
repented.
come on, Rob
I
Taff.
don't want.
Really? Oh, I thought
Yeah,
you said
Sandro
Sancho.
Tonali.
I thought Sancho.
Yeah, we're in
Thought
the same
Sancho.
boat.
Oh, I love Sandro Tonali. I tracked him all the way back when he was in AC Milan. I love Sandro
Yeah.
Tonali.
Yeah.
And he was heavily linked to Man United, and just like that, Newcastle came in and stopped him.
I know.
You know?
I was actually the scout at the time.
Josh.
I was yes.
Josh,
in my little WhatsApp groups, I used to front Tonali because I had heard of
if you say that.
the Italian. Yeah, that's where I scout players. I mean, I had heard of this player at AC Milan that I watched, and in Italy he was revved about like the player who is who has a bit of Gattuso and Andrea Spido. So he would give you a bit of both. I mean, he had the grit and the tenacity and the lungs to bust, but then again, he had some technical ability that he would pick out passes and do things that were very fanciful on the ball. So, I mean, I watched the player and I was like, damn, United gets this player. And at the time, we had I don't remember the manager we had at the time, but even the manager we had at the time, if we
I think we had Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We had Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Yeah. If we did get Sandro Tonali, he would have been a feat.
Well, it's sad that we missed out on him because he was really, and he is really a good player. They have an incredible midfield, by the way, with that Magalhaes guy. Yeah, they have a very, very good midfield. And that Joe Wellington, I don't like Joe Wellington.
Yeah, that's the guy. You see, when you have a player like
he's always roughing up our players whenever we play.
True. When you have a player like Morgan Rogers in your midfield, yeah, that is what you say.
Who, Morgan Rogers?
Yes.
The one for Aston Villa?
Yes. He's relentless. It's like every dribble.
But he's clean. But Joe Wellington, Josh, I'm talking about Joe Wellington because he's not. He's a dirty player. Yoker has played at that is when you said he has played in Swans in Championship.
Yes, he played at that is Swansea, no goals in 11 games here, but he went to Coventry and played. You see, strikers grow. Strikers grow with time. They mature. They become better. But when you find the knack of scoring a goal, you always know how to score a goal.
I think systematically would it benefit us to sell? Because if you think about it, we need more balanced 8 than Bruno. He's literally not a left. By the way, Ziad has always had slight issues with Bruno. Josh, do you remember tracking from way back?
Yeah. No, but no, his concern. I actually agree with his concern.
I also understand. I get
because Bruno is a better 8 than a 10.
That's what we were talking about last time.
Bruno
him
likes
playing with Casemiro in the hall.
Yeah, no, not with Casemiro.
Box to box. No, Josh. I'll say this again. right now Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro, to me, are a better pair than
No, we're talking
Ugarte and
about
Bruno
next
Fernandes.
season. We're talking about next
Okay,
season,
next
bro.
season. Okay, okay.
Yeah, we're talking about next season. We're talking about a midfield that has Edison, Sandro Tonali, people like that.
Edison. Okay, Edison. Edison. Okay, but not Tonali.
Yeah,
No
but
sell.
no, he's a bit of more of an 8 than a 10 because he dictates play much better. He likes to get on the ball so many times. When you put him in the 10 position, it only helps that he can play that 10 positions like Mason Mount would. He would keep falling back and become another midfielder and maybe have a three midfielders when we don't have possession of the ball. And when we have possession of the ball, that's when he would take up those places in that 10 role. But more often than not, Bruno can get out of positions, whereas when he's in the 8 position, he will keep his position.
Robtaf says 150 on top of CL money, 80 the sales of Rashford. He's saying in a scenario that Fernandes is sold 150 on top of that UCL money. Josh, he's just like me. By the way, I dream like him. Then the sales of Sancho, Anthony, he's forgetting Tyrell Malacia.
No, wait. No, wait.
Sancho, Anthony, Rashford, Tyrell Malacia, all those guys, Josh, being sold. Plus the money of Greenwood and Alvaro. We move on.
Bro. Let me just tell you, Champions League money, 80 million Champions League money from where?
No, this is it, Josh. Yeah, it's 80. Listen, the amount of money. Let me explain it to you. Qualifying, we're already getting money in the Europa. Every stage we've advanced. I think.
Yeah, but the most you can get is 25 million. The most when you've won the trophy.
25.4. That is correct, Josh.
Yeah.
Now remember, you also get money qualifying to the Europa. Rather to the UCL. From what I understand, the whole total amount is around 85.4, 85.6. I'm not so sure if we qualify.
Bro.
That's what he's talking about.
Then. Oh, that's good. 85, that's good. So we go get Osimhen. Why are we wasting money with these D-ups?
Yeah, man. Rob Duff is funny. Tony Canoni playing Sancho, right?
Yeah.
The last mistake was not buying Drogba. He was awesome, a legend. What?
Yeah. Didier.
Didier Drogba.
But we couldn't buy Drogba because of, I think, Peter Kenyon at the time. I think he had gone to Chelsea. So, I mean, part of the negotiations of even Ian Robben and players like this, part of the players that were ready to come to Man United ended up at Chelsea.
I'm Wellish from Cardiff. By the way, respect. What if? Swansea is our rival city. Bro. Gareth Bale, Ryan Giggs are all from Cardiff. Swansea is like Swansea's dirty like Leeds.
Oh yeah. I remember Cardiff and Swansea. Yeah. But you remember there was a time Swansea was like a Swanselona.
Yo, even Leeds
with Gomis Kwapetsembe,
Mark Viduka, the likes of
Radebe, Rio Ferdinand. Yeah.
At one point. Anyway, once again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Sports Jazz, shout outs to you, Ziad. It's been a while. Good to see you, brother. Shout outs to you, Rob Duff. Much respect, your ball. Then Comedy, the one who wants the WhatsApp group.
Bro Judas from Nigeria. Cheers, bro.
Then Faisal, Deliso, everyone that was in the comment section. Shout outs to you. Respect, and please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Sports Jazz, glory, Man United. We are out, signing out. Cheers.
Yeah, take me home.